Hi everybody, welcome to Fiber at 4. Sorry I took a second there, I was tangled around some stuff, but I remembered the microphone today, so yay! Well, today for Fiber at 4 we are going to be talking about kits, and I love kits. These are great for if you're traveling or if you're just staying home or if you want to gift something to a crafter and you just don't quite know what they want. The kits come with the yarn already picked, the colors already picked, and the patterns already picked. So I think those are the three hardest parts of any project. Once you get those three things taken care of, the rest of the project is easy. Marianne, could you shut the AC off? Oh, yes. Thank you. Hey, Mom. Sorry, it's going to be loud in here just for a second because the air conditioning kicked in. But kits are fantastic because it takes a lot of that thinking process out of the project. So I pulled together some of my favorite kits today to show you guys. And I hope it gives you some ideas for either projects you'd like to do yourself or projects you'd like to gift to somebody else. So I'm going off camera here for a second. So this is a brand new kit that we have put together. This is the Pressed Flowers Shawl by Amy Christoffers. If you're not familiar with Amy Christoffers, she is one of the design team members for Barocco. So if you've done any Barocco projects, you've probably seen her name come up a time or two. So this is a wonderful triangle shaped shawl that uses mosaic knitting. So it's got the main color in the foreground, which is what we put in here as a solid color, and then a variegated background color. So this uses the Pima Soft by Barocco and the Vivo by Barocco for the background color. And this kit is $87.99. It does come with the pattern download to Ravelry, plus all the yarn you need to make the project. And that just happens to be this guy right here. Make sure I'm not unplugging the microphone. This was very lovingly made for the shop by Claudia. Thank you, Claudia. So you can see the gray is the foreground color and the Vivo, the variegated, is your background color. It is a mosaic knit project, which is kind of like a slip stitch knitting if you're not familiar with the term mosaic. Great triangle shaped shawl. It is really, really big. I would venture to say it's probably close to 7 feet across and 3 feet deep. And both of the yarns we have in these kits are cotton, so this is a great summertime project. It's not going to be too warm. So that is the Pressed Flowers kit. I love this pattern. I need to make it for myself one of these days. And we've got it in multiple colorways, but right now what I've got up here is the colorway that Claudia used for that shawl, which is called Slate and Rain. And then this guy, which I love, this is Pear and Meadow. I think those two colors look so beautiful together. So that is the Pressed Flowers shawl. It is $87.99, and again, it comes with the Ravelry download and all the yarn you need to make the shawl. Okay. This next project, unfortunately I do not have a sample of it, but I'm kind of in love with this guy, so I may make it myself one of these days. My Ravelry list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. But this is the Bee Wrap, spelled B-E-A, designed by Lisa Richardson. The kit is $104.99. So there is a picture of the wrap there. And this particular wrap was designed to use the Rowan Kid Silk Haze color yarn, and I pulled the gray and the blue. The blue is what you see the model wearing in this picture. It has a slight variegation to it. It's not a bright striping yarn, but it kind of goes from, in this case, a darker gray to a lighter gray and back again. And in this case, from a light blue to a darker blue and then back again. So the Rowan Kid Silk Haze color, it is a lace weight yarn, and it is 70% mohair and 30% silk. And Marianne, actually, I think we have some loose skeins. Would you mind grabbing me a ball real quick? Thanks. And it is very, very lovely yarn. The kit does come with all the yarn you need, which is 3 balls, plus the Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. So I've got the gray here, which is called Pebble, and the blue, which is called Brook. I think I hear Marianne coming with my loose skein yarn. Maybe. Thank you. So we've got the kit in all the colors that the Rowan Kid Silk Haze color comes in, which is blue, green, orange, and pink. So this is what the skein looks like outside of the packaging, and it is think I know where the yard, 459 yards. And again, people, don't be afraid to work with lace. Lace is fun yarn, and you typically, especially with a project like this, you're not going to be using teeny tiny needles. You're going to be using a larger needle that will create more of an open work look to it. In fact, this uses a size 6 knitting needle. So this is what the green color looks like. And in the ball, you almost cannot see the variegation in the color because it's so subtle, but very, very pretty. There is pebble or gray. And then here is the orange. So again, really subtle color change in there, and it makes for an absolutely beautiful wrap. I don't have the exact measurements of this guy on here, but it is super long. I'd venture to say 8 to 10 feet long by about 2.5 feet wide. So for $104.99, you get 3 balls of the Kid Silk Haze color and the Ravelry download to your Ravelry account. And this yarn is super smushy and super soft, and it is going to be a dream to work with. All right, my next kit is a shop favorite. I think 3 of us have made this. So we've made the shawl, but we haven't used this kit, but our shawls were the inspiration for this kit. So this is the Breathe in Hope shawl by Casapinka. It is $79.99, and you get all the yarn you need to make the shawl plus a Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. So I have only pulled 2 colorways tonight, but we've got a bunch of them. And these kits were actually inspired, I think, by either Gail or Cheryl. I want to say Gail's shawl, because she used Yarn Baby plus a Sun Valley MCN. So we have put these kits together using Yarn Baby and Sun Valley MCN. So this particular kit is called Phenomenon and Leaf Hopper. So Leaf Hopper is this lovely green, and Phenomenon is this red, yellow, green, very fall colorish looking there. That would look absolutely lovely together when it's done, of course. And then this guy is gray and Sylvester. So we've got the gray from Sun Valley and then Sylvester from Yarn Baby. This would be a much more subtle color change because the grays are very, very similar, but it will have that splash of color in there from the speckled part of Sylvester. So for those of you who have not seen Breathe in Hope or have not made it, shame on you. It is such a fun knit. I brought mine along so I could show you how this looks when it's worked up. I used 2 completely different yarns than from this, what's in the kit, but you get the idea. So, and keep in mind too, I knit very, very tightly, so yours are probably going to come out much larger than mine. So if you've never done brioche knitting, this is a great introduction. It's just very basic brioche and slip stitch knitting. And then she put in this absolutely awesome kind of bobbly edge here. So you can see the different stitch patterns there. If you've never made a Casapinka project before, I highly recommend you try one of her shawls because she has this great knack for keeping your interest while you're working on the project. It's like as soon as you figure a stitch out and you get kind of bored with it, she changes the stitch pattern on you. So this is great for people like me who, once we figure out a pattern, we kind of get a little bored. This definitely kept my interest, and I highly, highly recommend this pattern. Hey, Gloria! Give Gracie some snuggles for me, please.
And Sun Valley MCN means?
Sun Valley MCN. MCN means Merino Cashmere Nylon. It's a good sock yarn too because of that nylon content in there. Just because a fingering weight yarn has nylon in it doesn't necessarily mean it's just good for only socks. That nylon helps your project in any project you do. It's great for shawls, great for sweaters. Nylon just helps your project keep its shape, and it's also good for a tiny bit of extra stretch in there. So feel free to use fingering weight yarns for any kind of project. So again, the Breathe in Hope shawl is $79.99. It comes with all the yarn you need to finish the project, plus a Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. I'm going to take a tea break real quick. The air is really, really dry today after all that moisture we had. All right. So this next project, this next kit, I'm really, really excited about, and I'm probably going to make myself. In fact, this one I know I will make. This is the Cara Wrap, and the kit is $37.99. It comes with the printed pattern and the 2 skeins of yarn you need to finish the project. This is a crocheted pattern, which I am really, really excited about, and it's made out of the Ella Rae Marmel, and you only need 2 skeins to make this project. So right now I've got it in Mystic Topaz, which is very, very heavy on the blue, and then Mystic Quartz, which has a few more tones to it. So I actually have a sample of this guy that Knitting Fever was nice enough to send us. And it is basically a rectangle, and then you add buttons at the top so you can button it shut on your shoulder, or so you can wear it as a poncho, or you can leave it unbuttoned and wear it as a shawl. So this is such a great piece because it is a multitasker, and I love multitasking pieces. And I love the way the colors fall in this. This is the Mystic Quartz colorway, so that's what this guy would end up looking like. And it's a pretty substantial poncho, shawl, wrap, however you want to wear it. This is our male mannequin, so it's a little bit broader in the shoulders, and it fits him beautifully. So his nickname is Stephen West, in case you guys haven't, we haven't told you guys. What?
In case nobody knew that.
In case nobody knew it, this is Stephen West, or our Stephen West. So this is a really great size. It's going to fit everybody. And again, it only takes the 2 balls of yarn, so it's a fantastic project. The stitch pattern, I'd kind of call it a broken shell stitch because you actually chain in between some of the double crochets to insert the next shell stitch. So really excited about that guy. So the kit is $37.99. You get the printed copy of the pattern plus the 2 balls of yarn, and we currently have it in Mystic Quartz and Mystic Topaz. So yay for crochet. I'm so happy that more people are coming out with crochet patterns. Alrighty, this is the Jocelyn Shawl. I unfortunately don't have a sample of this guy yet. Give me time though. Jocelyn comes with all the yarn you need plus a printed copy of the pattern for $67.99. And this is a wonderful lacework shawl that's made out of Zoe, or Zoe, however you prefer to pronounce it. So Zoe's kind of a light DK. Wait, sorry, I got distracted because Teresa was holding her shawl up. Zoe's somewhere between a sport weight and a light DK, and it is a very nice summertime yarn. It is 60% cotton and 40% linen. And we have this in a couple colorways right now. This one I pulled, I think I marked this one wrong. Oops. So this colorway is called Stardust, and it's a nice light tan. We've also got it in Grape, which is a super bright purple, and Bay Leaf, which is a very nice green. So great summertime project, and these are already in balls that you can use. They don't have to be wound. So that is $67.99 for the pattern and the yarn. Have a good night. Say bye to Teresa, everybody. Bye, bye Teresa. All right. So this next kit is another shop favorite. I have lost count of how many people have made this shawl. I am not one of them yet, but we'll see and once my Ravelry list gets a little bit smaller. So that is the Papillon Shawl, which is right here behind Stephen West. So the Papillon utilizes short row shaping, and they use a solid yarn with a striping yarn, which creates this really cool stripe pattern. So you're only using 2 yarns, but you're coming out with a project that looks like you've used multiple colors so you can impress your friends with this guy. So this is a fingering weight project, and it takes 2 hanks of the multicolor and 1 hank of the solid color. So we have put together some kits to help you kind of pick your yarn a little bit. I've only brought 2 colorways over tonight, but I think, if memory serves, we have 6 or 7 on the shelves. So the kit is $104.99. You do get all the yarn that you need, plus the Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. So the yarn that we are using is Unique Fingering and Harvest Fingering by Earth Yarns. So this is environmentally friendly yarn. Every time we buy a skein of yarn from them, they plant a tree, and they use all natural dyes in their yarn. So no harsh chemicals here, which is so awesome. So you've got this. Their variegateds have numbers, they don't have names. So this is 3016 with indigo. So 3016 is the Unique Fingering, and indigo is the Harvest Fingering right there in the middle. So that is a nice color combination if you love your blues and neutrals. And I figured I should probably show off this guy. So this is 3004 in orange, and 3004 is this amazing rainbow colorway yarn. And the orange, and these are tonal yarns, so there's going to be a little change in the color, but not a huge change in the harvest. Whereas the unique is definitely a striping yarn, which gives you that really awesome striping effect. So this kit is again $104.99, and you've got all the yarn here for the kit. And we also have, we'll give you the Ravelry download to your Ravelry account. So guys, chime in if you've made the Papillon. Let me know how you like it. I know everyone I've talked to says it's a great project, just you have to count a lot, which is fine. And short rows are a great thing for shaping. I love short rows. Doesn't mean I'm the best at them, but I do love them. My next item, so this doesn't come with a pattern, but we have 2 suggested patterns on our website. This is the Pride Set for Pride Month by Theodora's Pearls, and it's $49.99, and you've got the whole rainbow of colors here. And there are 6 skeins in here at 87 yards each, so a total of 520 yards. And this is a 100% extra fine superwash merino. This is fingering weight. So if you have a project in mind, make sure it's for fingering weight yarn. And Jennifer, who is the dyer, owner, CEO of Theodora's Pearls, brought us in these 2 projects. So we've got this cowl and these mitts, and she said she got both of these projects out of just 1 set of the Pride yarns. We do have links to these projects on our website, but if you're looking for them yourself on Ravelry, this is the Toolbox cowl and the Toolbox mitts. And this yarn is super, super soft, super, super yummy, and the colors are just so rich and so saturated. So that is a great way to celebrate Pride Month if you are a knitter. And if you're a crocheter and you found a pattern you like for these Pride sets, be sure to chime in, because I haven't had the opportunity to look, but I am always open to suggestions. So thanks. So that is the Pride set by Theodora's Pearls, a 100% superwash merino fingering weight, and it is single ply. And they are $49.99. Everything I'm showing you tonight is available on the website at the Fiber at 4 shopping page, but if you're looking specifically for anything labeled a mini set, we do have a separate category on the kit page under the shopping category that's just specifically mini. So it's something that doesn't come with a pattern, it's just the mini set. Alrighty, this is the set that I think everybody's excited about. We've already sold out once, and I'm sure we're going to sell out again, which would be fantastic.
We sold out in a week.
Yeah, we sold out in less than a week, actually, I think. So this is the Longest Day Set 2022 Gradient set. I said set twice. These are 4 20-gram skeins, or 87 yards each, for a total of 350 yards. Again, dyed by Theodora's Pearls. This is the same type of yarn as the Pride set, so it's the 100% extra fine superwash merino single ply fingering weight. And I don't know if you can see that there, but it's a great gradient. It starts with a light gray going into kind of a charcoal gray. And what this is meant to represent, this is Alzheimer's fundraiser, and it's supposed to represent like the memories fading, which we need to help fight against. We need to help find a cure for Alzheimer's, and this is what that is for. So this is what Ann Budd is using for her all-day knit-along for raising awareness for the Alzheimer's Association. And this is her pattern. It's called Fading Memories Cowl. And it's a lovely kind of mesh knit along with cables in there. And Eileen knit this for us, and she did a beautiful job. And the pattern is available on Ravelry. We are not selling it with the kits because the pattern itself is a fundraiser. So you have to buy it straight from Ravelry so that the money goes to the Alzheimer's Association. But, oh, that is so pretty. Good job, Eileen, and good job, Anne. That is such a neat design. So again, that is the Longest Day 2022 Gradient Set by Theodora's Pearls, and this is $39.99 for 350 yards, which is enough to make Anne's Fading Memories cowl. Alrighty, crocheters, I didn't forget you again. So I have another crochet kit here, and this project actually came with a trunk show that we borrowed from Knitting Fever. It is called the Emily Crochet Bag, and it is such a cute pattern. I figured we needed to make kits out of this guy. So this this kit comes with the printed pattern, and then all the yarn you need to make the bag. This is a $59.99 kit, and this uses the summer solstice yarn, which is an absolute dream to crochet with. I am in the middle of making a sweater with this yarn, and it works up beautifully. So summer solstice, as I imagine you gathered from the title, it is a very summery yarn. It is 48% linen, 24% cotton, and 24% viscose, which is usually derived from plants. And it has an awesome tweed in it. It's a very subtle tweed, so like the green has kind of tans and dark blues, the black has kind of little flecks of gray in it, and the red has little flecks of tan and black in it. And they work together to create this lovely bag. And the sample that we received in the trunk show from Knitting Fever, which we had to send back because we just borrowed it, it had a cardboard piece in the bottom to support the bottom of the bag. What I would suggest instead of cardboard is try using needlepoint canvas, like the plastic canvas, because that can go in the washing machine. I would never ever put anything like this in the dryer, so feel free to put the plastic canvas in there. And you can also line it with some really pretty fabric, so you have a really pretty bag with a really pretty lining on it. So this utilizes a granny square technique, so it looks like there's 8 grannies on each side, and the front and back are identical, so you're going to have the 8 grannies on one side and 8 granny squares on the other. So again, that is $59.99 for the Emily Crochet Bag. It comes with all the summer solstice yarn you need, plus a printed copy of the pattern. And I'm really excited about this. I may be making this kit in other colors too, so be sure to watch the website. I'm taking a tea break real quick.
I'm surprised you haven't made it yourself already.
I have not made it myself yet because I have got so many projects ahead of me.
I understand.
So going back to the mini category of our kits, these are the Percy DK Variety Minis by Yarn Baby. These are $54.99, and I'm not going to stand here and make you guys watch me count these. I know that there are 15 of these at 24 yards for a total of 360 yards. So I can hear you saying, well, Christiana, what can I do with a mini set? Well, this would make an excellent hitchhiker. Just kind of stripe the colors one into the next. Jennifer Miller and I were talking about these minis the other day, and she said, you know, these are good to have on hand too if you need to darn a project. If you have a hole in something, you've got a whole rainbow of colors here that you could probably match in order to sew the hole shut. So she suggests that these are good to have on hand just for everyday use if you do need to fix something. Heels and toes of socks. You could probably even make a pair of socks with this entire set. They'd have to be shorter socks, but you could do it. And cuffs on sweaters. Anything you can think of, you can use minis for. And minis are just, like Jennifer said, they're wonderful to have on hand. So again, this is the Yarn Baby Percy DK minis. These are 75-25 blend of superwash merino and nylon. So there you go again, the nylon. That will help keep your projects, keep their structural integrity in there. So that is 15 minis at 24 yards for a total of 360 yards. So on the same vein, I also have the Greenwood Simply Sock 5-pack minis. These minis are 463 yards total, and they are a blend, also 75-25 of superwash merino and nylon. Again, you could get like ankle socks out of one package of these. This would make another excellent hitchhiker. Christmas ornaments, Christmas stockings, those little mini mittens would look cute out of these. So this is, these are $39.99. I think I may have neglected to mention how much these guys are. Oh, okay, so these are $54.99. The Greenwood Simply Sock 5-pack minis are $39.99, and I pulled 5 colors to show you guys because these, and that's not even all of them. These colors are so amazing. So this is Gentle Breeze. Great for those of you who love your neutrals and your blues. This is really, it's a nice pale colorway. And trust me, your computer monitor is not doing these guys justice. They're absolutely stunning. This one I love. It's called Arcade. And it is very saturated rainbow colors. And I think this would make a great toolbox cowl too.
Just like in the same thing.
Yeah, just like the same thing. Just we don't have any orange in there, but most of the rainbow colors, and very saturated, very beautiful. This one makes me think of both my mom and Gail because they love their blues. This is Sapphire, and Sapphire goes from a very, very deep dark navy blue to kind of a medium blue, not quite a sky blue, a little bit darker than that. So fantastic if you love your blue colors. And then this one's the Christiana favorite. This is the speckled colorways. I love my speckles. Yes, Mom, I know you love your blue. This has just a rainbow of colors in it, and frankly, the first time I saw the speckled one, hitchhiker, that's what came to my mind was, oh my gosh, this would make a lovely hitchhiker. Actually, Marianne, would you mind putting hitchhiker into the Oh, you already done? Okay. If you haven't made a hitchhiker yet, it is a super fun project, 8-row repeat, very easy to memorize, and it's supposed to have 42 teeth because the number 42 is very important in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but you can definitely make it with more teeth if you have enough. I should have brought a hitchhiker in. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. And the last one is Enchanted, and I would definitely call these jewel tones. Very rich, very dark. So we've got an olive green all the way over to kind of a magenta purple. So this is a very red purple right here. So again, those are $39.99. There are 5 skeins in here for a total of 463 yards, fingering weight, and a 75/25 superwash merino wool nylon blend.
And we had a customer buy that plus a gray to make the autumn fade mittens.
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard Marianne, but we had someone purchase this kit with a nice gray to make the autumn fade mittens. That would actually be quite stunning out of this, I think. Was it kind of a medium gray?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think a dark gray would be a little too dark. So that is actually a great idea. Thanks for sharing, Marianne.
Yeah.
So that is $39.99 for the Greenwood Simply Sock 5-pack. Alrighty. So this guy, again, I don't have a sample of this one, but this is one I really, really want to make myself once, again, I get through more of my project list. This is the Daisy Sweater, and it is designed by Erica Knight. So this kit comes with the yarn you need for the sweater, plus a Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. So this sweater is made out of Rowan Summerlight 4-ply, which is a fingering weight yarn. And the fiber content's covered, but I believe it is 100% cotton. Very light, very breezy, wonderful sleeveless sweater. We have it available in 2 sizes. So I've got in my hand the small medium, which is $54.99, which comes with 5 skeins of yarn, enough to make small medium size of that sweater. And then we've also got the large extra large, which comes with 7 skeins to make this lovely sweater. And I apologize, you probably can't see in the picture there, but it's got this really cute belt on it too, which of course is optional if you don't like a belted sweater. But I really, really want to make this guy myself. I think it is so, so cute. So the large extra large is $74.99 and the small medium is $54.99. Both of them come with enough yarn to make the sweater plus the Ravelry download of the pattern to your Ravelry account. Okay, the next 2 projects are very travel friendly. If you missed last week, I talked about travel projects. Well, I didn't include these guys, but they are great for when you're traveling. So first is the Stitch and Story Lola Palm Slippers. The reason why the Stitch and Story kits are absolutely wonderful, especially if you're traveling, is it comes with everything you need for the projects, minus like a pair of scissors to cut the yarn. It's got the wool to knit the slippers, the bamboo knitting needles, and online tutorials and videos to help if you get stuck on the instructions. It does come with the instructions. So This is I would consider it a level 1 knitting kit, some experience, but very beginner kit. So these are $44.99, and this is the mustard yellow colorway. So there is the mustard and the accompanying white. And there's a picture of the project itself. So you've got these cute slippers with pom-poms on them. I love pom-poms. If it were up to me, I'd put pom-poms on everything, but hey, you know what? I could. So that's the mustard colorway. And then here is the teal colorway. Their teal is kind of a grayish teal. I wouldn't call it a true teal, but it's very, very pretty. And there are those giant bamboo knitting needles you need to make the slippers. So again, those are $44.99, and it comes with the yarn, the needles, instructions, and online tutorials if you get stuck. And I want to share a little secret with you guys. If you're making slippers, if you want little grippies on the bottom of them, someone told me that you can go get puffy paint and put little dots of puffy paint on the bottom of your slippers, and that will work as grippers if you're walking across hard surfaces. And then if you wash them and the dots wear off, you just put a little bit more puffy paint on there. Of course, let it dry 24 hours before you're wearing your slippers, but that will keep your slippers from sliding on the floor. Going off camera here for a second. Another great travel project is socks, and I'm going to have a tea break here for a second. Socks are great because they are incredibly portable. I almost always have socks in a knitting bag with me if I'm riding in the car. I just love socks, and again, extremely portable, using either the magic loop method or me and my double points, because I'm stubborn and I refuse to learn the magic loop method. So I wanted to share with you guys the unique sock kits. These sock kits come with 2 equal balls that are wound at the exact same point. So when you make these, you will have 2 identical socks. The stripes will match up in everything. These guys are $29.99, and each ball has 220 yards in it, and you would use either size 1 to 3 to knit them. These do not come with a printed pattern, but if you go to the Earth Yarns website, they do have free patterns for socks with these guys. So to celebrate Pride Month, I decided to pull the Harmony colorway so you guys can see that. Lovely, rich, saturated rainbow colors in there. And we still have a few of these guys left, so you may want to grab them before they're gone. This is the 2021 Colors of the Year, which of course was yellow and gray. We also have a breast cancer awareness color, and they do donate yarn from every purchase of these guys to, I believe, Susan G. Komen. So there's the breast cancer awareness. And then here is a nice blue colorway, stripes like that for our blue lovers out there. And I even have a sample of the blue colorway knit up. You guys should have seen it earlier. I was walking around the shop with a leg tucked under my arm. So this is the blue colorway knit up. So you can see not only does it stripe, but there's a gradient effect in there going from the dark to the light. There's a little bit of aqua down there at the toe. Actually, it may have faded just a tiny bit because this is the holder for it. So the holder protects the toes. But that's what that blue colorway looks like knit up. That is so cool. I love these unique kits. I've got one at home, which, again, once I finish my current pair of socks, I will probably work on. But again, those are $29.99. It is a fingering weight. It comes with 2 equal-sized balls of yarn at 220 yards. And this is also a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. And these are just 4 of the colors. They come in many colors, and I believe we have about 10 of them on the website. So lots of colors to choose from. So don't worry about it if I didn't show your color tonight. I can almost guarantee we've got it in stock. My next kit. This is, I think, a great idea for all you parents out there because it is summertime, kids are out of school, and they need something to do. So why not learn how to knit? So this is the Knitters of Tomorrow kit. This is also from Stitch and Story, the same people who brought you the Lolo Palm slippers. This kit also comes with the yarn, bamboo needles, and a pattern book, because you can make either the scarf or the hat out of the yarn provided in the kit. It also has a sewing needle, so you can sew your hat shut if you decide to make a hat, or use it to darn in your ends when you're done. This also has video tutorials that you can access. So this is $25.99. Great for kids who want to learn how to knit. And of course too, if you ever get stuck on anything, or if someone learning how to knit gets stuck on anything, come on in and we can help you guys out here at the shop. So again, $25.99 has everything you need, minus a pair of scissors, to get started knitting. And just because it's aimed for children doesn't mean you can't, as an adult, use this to learn, because the instructions are clear, they're wonderful, so any age can learn to knit with this kit. So once you learn how to knit, you're probably thinking, okay, well, what do I do now? I've made a hat, I've made a scarf. Well, we've got some more Stitch and Story kits that are very simple, very beginning knitter kits that are a little stretch beyond the typical scarf. So once you've gotten your toes wet and you think you got it, you can move on to these guys. So next I've got this cute little cup cozy. And this, as a Stitch and Story kit, also comes with the wool, the needles, the instructions, and online tutorials. So right now we've got the cup cozy in this lovely teal color. Again, kind of a grayish teal. And this kit is $16.99. So this would be great again for summertime knitting, just because it's a smaller project. It's not going to be sitting on your lap while you're making it. And if you occasionally need a project that you don't have to think too much about, if you're a more advanced knitter, this is a great little project. And I think I said he's $16.99, but I'll just repeat myself. He is $16.99. Alrighty. And then lastly, we do have another scarf kit. So again, this is a very beginner level kit, so it's just kind of taking what you've learned at Learning to Knit and applying it. So this is the Crazier beginner scarf. So again, very, very beginner kit. And it is really cool. It's got chunky weight yarn and huge needles. So this would be a great beginner project. This would be a great simple project for those of us who may need a little break from more complicated stuff. Also a great item too if you need to give a gift. So this would be a great gift for a crafter in the packaging, or if you are the crafter, this would be a great knit for someone who loves their scarves. So this guy is $69.99, and again he comes with the yarn, the needles, the pattern, and online tutorials if you get stuck. So you can see there they are gigantic bamboo needles and really thick yarn, so this would be a super, super quick knit. So those were some of my favorite kits that we have, everything from the more kind of advanced knitter to beginner knitter. And again, if you have any questions about any products, let us know. If you have questions about any projects, let us know. And before I go tonight, I wanted to show you, I did finish another project. Actually, I've finished about 5, but I only brought one of them with me tonight. So, well, and one of them's a secret, so I can't show you guys anyway, so sorry. This is the Staggered Shawl. This is knit, and it is made out of 3 balls of bamboo pop. And bamboo pop is a DK weight yarn, and I actually have a little bit of all 3 colors left over from this guy. And yes, I did make gauge this time. And it is an intarsia technique. And I can hear some of you out there saying, Christiana, what's intarsia? Well, you're just going to have to tune in next week to see, because I will not be here, but Hannah and Cheryl will be going over colorwork techniques with you guys. And they are going to be touching on intarsia. So again, this is bamboo pop, just 3 balls of it, and it turned out,
That is beautiful.
it is,
That is just
thank you. This is actually a super, super fun knit. If you've never done intarsia, this would be a great introduction to it. And yeah, I still have a ton of the black left, a ton of the purple left, and a tiny bit of the green left. I was thinking I might make a cowl out of it. But this is Staggered, and if you look bamboo pop up on Ravelry, you will find this pattern. I want to say the designer is Amy Gunderson, I believe. So that was my show and tell for the week. So I hope you guys have a lovely remainder of your Sunday. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Gloria. It is a super fun knit. I highly, highly recommend it. So we will, well, Hannah and Cheryl will see you next week, and I hope you have a lovely remainder of your weekend. So thanks for joining us. Bye.